Right, let's talk about Mikel Arteta's contract because today in his press conference, which I didn't break down earlier, I'll break it down, I think tomorrow. We shall look at what he said, everything about Partey, about Ozil, about Kiantian and the rest. But let us just talk about the part where he talks about his contract because that's where I'm interested in this video. He was asked by James Peng, are you planning on signing a new Arsenal contract? Would you sign one if you were offered one? I thought he was. I even thought his contract was, this long, 5 years or something. But this is what he had to say, and we are going to be discussing: should Mikel Arteta be given a new contract? Is it too early for him? Tell me, do you think Mikel Arteta deserves a new contract, or do you think he should actually finish this season, see what he does, take us to Champions League? If he does take us to Champions League, he deserves a new contract. If he doesn't take us to the Champions League, what happens? That's what we are going to be discussing right about now. James Peng asked him, would you sign a new contract if it was offered to you? And say yes, but I have to earn that. Now in football you have to earn it every week, and things change really quickly, so we have to be on our toes. Obviously it's my responsibility to plan medium and long term as well, but that's with or without me. And he says at the end, the time is going to be at this football club will be related to how much I can move the club forward, improve the team and be a success on the pitch, and get the values and the vision that I want to implement into this club as well as off the pitch. Still, he was asked, are there any plans for you to sign a new contract? And then he says, I don't know, we are just finished the transfer window at the moment, but I can say that I'm really happy at the club and I feel valued, I feel respected and very supported at the moment. My concerns are with all the work we have to do here, with the improvements and we need around the team, and trying to sustain the level of performances and get better. So Arteta's new contract, James Peng, beautiful question. I didn't think about it. Probably no one was asking, was thinking about his new contract. If you ask me, when does his contract end, I'm not really even sure. But I think Mikel Arteta right now, of course, giving him a new contract would be overpraising him, and it would make him more comfortable. Already has been moved from head coach to head manager, just like Arsene Wenger. So I think that's already too much done. If you want to give him another, package of appreciation, let him achieve something more. For example, right now he's an FA Cup winner. He's Community Shield winner. If he can take us to Champions League, I think then we can think about giving him a new contract. What happens with managers? Just look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he had just come to Manchester United. Was this ambitious? He thought he was going to be sacked in 2-3 weeks. He did everything he had to do as the perfect manager, perfect replacement of Jose Mourinho. And Manchester United fans were all over in the place. Give him a new contract. Give him a new contract. What happened after? Managers tend to get so comfortable. I'm not really saying Mikel Arteta doesn't deserve a contract. He deserves it. He has already done more than enough without, good players. But I think let him prove to us this season that this is what I can do. Because last season he joins Arsenal towards the end. Even if the club was relegated, no one would blame Mikel Arteta that Arsenal was relegated because of him. The bad job had already been done by Unai Emery. I don't want to drag Freddie Ljungberg into this. He was not there for a long period of time. Actually, I think last season he's the manager who served the shortest period of time. So a new manager needs pressure to work, and you guys know that. A club like Arsenal that doesn't have pressure, because I don't feel Arsenal have ever been at a point in time where we have a lot of pressure on our managers. It doesn't happen. Unai Emery, he almost lost 9 consecutive, 11 consecutive games without a win. Europa League and Premier League. But, it took a lot of time to sack him. At clubs like Chelsea, you never get that opportunity. Never. You don't go beyond 6 games without a win before you're being questioned. At Arsenal, it's quite different. You have to explain to the board why you're not working. They sign for you players. Because I really don't understand why Unai Emery spent all that time losing, drawing games, and he was never thought about. But Mikel Arteta deserves a new contract. Even if you told me that he's gonna sign a 5-year contract, I'll be happy. But I want him to accomplish his tasks first. Then he gets a new contract. Because I know he's going to get comfortable. Managers do that. Managers really become comfortable. I've given you a very good example of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He became so comfortable that even media cannot shake him. You know how strong the European media is, but it can't shake him. So I think if you think about Mikel Arteta's new contract, he deserves it. But let us wait for him to work hard for it. Like he says, you got to earn it. You've got to earn it. And of course, new contracts come with new responsibilities, new roles, and new things. Right now, I think let him handle his season. He has already got the midfielder he wants. He has got the defender he wants. He has the striking line he wants. He kept Aubameyang. Let him, complete his season, and then we can think about a new contract. But I really love I really love the way he states it, that in football everything changes, even within a week, and it's true. United went 10 games unbeaten last season. This season, the manager is fighting with the press, Ole out, Ole in. So football really changes. We can see Mikel Arteta is on a flat road, winning games. The worst is a draw. When he loses, he doesn't lose so bad, but you never know what's going to come up. And maybe we shall start thinking, I think we should sack Mikel Arteta. Then you think about sacking him, and his contract is too big. You can't just buy it out. So you get stuck with him because of the big contract. And Kroenke doesn't want to spend a lot of his money unnecessarily. If he decides that I'm giving this guy a contract 5 years, he's gonna leave him at the club for 5 years, whether he's doing well or doing absolute crap. So I really love Mikel Arteta. I want him to stay at the club. I want him to do the great things he wants to do. But let us first see what he can offer this season. For me, it takes me back to the Champions League. I see Arsenal back in the Champions League. Even if we don't win any silverware, at least we get quarterfinals in the Europa League, semi-finals. He deserves another contract. He deserves a bigger contract. Because even now, with some quality players, that is not the best, it's not the best side in the league. We are not even among the best 3 squads in the league. We are not. We are not among the best 3 squads in the league. But yes and no, we have a decent manager, we have a decent squad that can compete with some of the best in the league. So, I think he's right. New contract, I think we need to think about it. Of course, he was also asked about Arsene Wenger. James Bank asking him that Arsene Wenger said he would like to come back at Emirates to cheer the team on. And then Arteta says, I would like to see him back around us. He was a massive figure for me, and he's someone that I still learn from a lot of things. I would like to have him closer to us. Obviously, the actual environment doesn't allow us to do it, but I think he's a figure that has to be very present in what we do at the football club, because he is, in my opinion, the one who had the vision and helped this club to evolve and be what it is today. Of course, I don't think Arsene Wenger is going to come back as manager or coach or something, but I think he will come back as part of the board. I still remember that old talk when many Arsenal fans thought that he couldn't leave the club because he has shares in there. When he left, all that crap rolled over and it got lost. But yeah, I think he's a figure. He's a figure. Arsene Wenger, 22 years at the club. You think he must come back. if he came back, there is so much we can rip, out of his comeback. But I don't want to see another spell of Arsene Wenger. The last 10 years he spent at Arsenal, I don't want to see such a spell. We were used to going to the Champions League. It was normal, no silverware, no buying players. Actually, I don't know what, we had lost a lot of we had lost direction. We had lost direction. So if he comes back, I want, if he can improve us from where we were or where we are, because right now it's like we are improving day by day. We are bringing in some signings that is decent. We can win some big games, lose some, beat the small games. Win the small games and so on. So I think Wenger coming back doesn't really impact me or doesn't really shake me. If he comes back, I know he's going to be part of the board, the decision making. He loves the club. That is one thing I'm very sure of. If he didn't love Arsenal, he wouldn't be there for 22 years. He never had the tools for the job. He was not as lucky as managers like Pep Guardiola or Hansi Flick or Karl Rummenigge. They were he was not lucky like that. He never had those resources, but you think he did a great job. Absolutely a great job. He kept us in the Champions League for almost 20 years. We qualified for Champions League for almost 20 years. And that's why he qualifies to be called a legend. By the time he left Arsenal, every Arsenal fan was really frustrated. People had written letters to him, others had really, had sent angry messages and so on. He left the club. Is there a change? Yeah, there is a change ever since Mikel Arteta joined us. But with Unai Emery, there has no change. We are getting worse and worse. At least with Arsene Wenger, we never finished 8th. But after, in the post-Wenger era, we finished 8th. And if you guys still remember, it took us 180 minutes, actually 240 minutes to get our first win in the post-Wenger era. I think it was against West Ham 1-0. So he's remarkable. You can never forget Arsene Wenger. And Arteta says if he comes back, it will be something good to cheer us up. But Arteta's new contract, I'm not really in favor of him signing a new contract before he achieves what he wants to achieve at the club. Sign out.